everyone, welcome to Power to the Flower. It's Kara, Zone 9 Backyard. Video today, I'm going to be planting some perennials in my raised bed that are going to be affected by redwood tree roots. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay, here's our raised bed. This area, there's like rock bed and a raised bed right there. This was formed at the beginning of 2021. It's now 2023. The first season was amazing, fresh dirt, lots of compost. It was beautiful. Second year, I didn't do much to the bed. I just wanted to see what would happen. That was last summer. And the flowering season was really poor. And I think it's because there is a redwood tree right here, California Redwood. And I think its root system has taken over this bed and it is affecting all the plants. So I have done a little research and supposedly succulents, heuchera or coral bells, and Acornis gramineus, sorry about the pronunciation, ogon. Ogon is the variety type of this grass. This is like a water-loving grass, so you can plant it in like near your pond or something like that. It works in this situation as well because potentially of our clay soil, the water, doesn't really drain away. It just kind of gets stuck there. So the grass can handle it. I'm willing to try it so that we can all see what will grow well in a bed that's probably about 15 to 25 feet away from the redwood tree. So definitely affected. Underneath the redwood tree, we have ferns. These are Boston ferns. They're not looking their very best right now because it's January. We're still in the middle of the winter and they would prefer a little more protection. That said, they're still looking great to me. They're thriving. They're green. My plan for this bed back here is to remove all of the mulch that I've put down, put it to the side on some plastic or something to reserve it because I'll use it again at the end. And then to really figure out what's going on in the soil, maybe dig up a bit of the roots, put some new compost in there. I also want to change the watering system, just check the whole drip system, make sure that everything's getting enough directed water to where I want it to be, and then plant the new plants. So let's get to it. Today we're going to be focused just on this layer right here, and I'm also going to be getting some more grass to put on this side. We're not going to be using these, sorry. This is another succulent friend called Bulbine frutescens hallmark. I was thinking potentially of putting that in this area, but I've decided it's too boring. I'm going to put it in another area. This is maybe 30 inches. So what my plan is to have, this is a succulent poppy. It can grow quite big, but I hack it back when it starts getting too big and then just let it grow again. A row of amethyst mist heuchera, which grow 2 feet wide, 2 feet tall. Then they send up little flowers that can be an additional 1 to 2 feet, but that will be like a nice row here. And then just on the edges, because it's a little bit wider on the edges than it is in the middle, I'm gonna add this grass on the edge for color pop, and then it will kind of like swoop in and then swoop out. I'm gonna have to get a few more, but that's the idea. And then on a different day, we'll deal with the interior of the rock bed. Step 1, remove the mulch. Step 2, dig up all the water system and start breaking up the roots. I absolutely recommend purchasing an auger. I never would have been able to complete this project in a day if I hadn't had one. There were so many roots in this bed and they were so tough. And I try and show you that here a little bit. I had to aug, I had to dig. I have these special shovels, they're linked below, called the Root Slayer shovels, and they broke things up, but I was also using pruners to cut roots out. So the root system of the redwood has absolutely taken over this bed and started choking out the plants. So I had super petunias in here before, and it's no wonder they were looking worse and worse as time went by. The redwood roots were interconnected almost like a net. And I think the reason why coral bells is recommended to go under the redwood tree is because their root system is very shallow. So it's making sense to me that now that I've broken them up and gotten the plants in, that they will probably be able to survive. And we'll see how these Ogon grasses do. I'm really hopeful that it's going to be great because they look awesome. Here's a close-up of what each hole kind of looked like. I would have to aug, I would find roots, I would have to prune them out. Then I cut all the Ogon grass root systems a little bit with my root slayer shovel, and then did some more auging, some more digging, and finally got the plant in. The next step is to add drip. I'm going to use 2 gallon per hour emitters. Straight 1/4 inch couplings, like that little black one there. These are goof plugs, and this is my little tool to make holes in the 1/2 inch tubing as well as cut all the tubing. I'll also need some extra 1/4 inch drip tubing. As you can see, there's a 1/2 inch tube running throughout the bed that we're gonna attach all of our 1/4 inch tube to. This is the old drip system that was running, and so some of these old ones I can use and some of them I can't. Like this one is going to nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off the emitter at the end and then use one of these goof plugs to just plug the hole. I'm gonna leave as much of the 1/4 inch tubing as I can because who knows, maybe in the future I'll want to use it. When you're doing drip, you're a puzzle master and you're just looking at what the previous person did and trying to make it work for yourself. So in this case, I have a 1/4 inch tube that's attached to a 1 gallon per hour emitter, which is attached to the 1/2 inch tube. And this is not gonna work because I want to have a 2 gallon per hour emitter on the heuchera. So I will use a goof plug and close this one off as well. All right, so for this one, I also have a 1 gallon per hour emitter at the end. I'm gonna cut that off. I'm gonna elongate this one with a straight 1/4 inch coupling, add some more 1/4 inch tubing to it, and then add a 2 gallon per hour emitter to the end. And I will send this one to one of the heucheras. So now you get the idea, and I'm just gonna repeat this puzzle process for the rest of the new plants that I've just planted. We're almost to the end. Our last few steps are to tuck all of our babies into bed with soil and then add the mulch back over the top. One of my favorite steps, clean up, baby. And now we can just enjoy our beautiful garden. I hope this was helpful for you guys. It sure was great for me. And 2 months later, it's going strong. Good luck planting underneath your redwood tree. Leave a note. Let me know how you are doing and what plants you have chosen. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.